Happy birthday, Patrick. It's your friend Tawny Kitane here. How are you doing, hot stuff? I hope you have a phenomenal day. It is your birthday, and the whole world is celebrating, whether you know it or not. I know I most definitely am. I'm celebrating you. Happy birthday, Patrick. All my love. Have a great one. Bye.
Oh yeah, do you hear that noise? It's time for a very special podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about your favorite TV series from yesteryear and then discuss them over a glass of wine. I'm your host, your friendly neighborhood host, Patrick M. Dunn, and I'm here joined as always by my right-hand woe man, my mama, Mama Cat is here. Mama Cat Halston, the author. Welcome back.
We're like 10 seconds in and I already don't know what's happening.
What do you mean?
Do I need a beer for this one? Am I going to need a beer for this episode?
You might. You just may.
Oh my god.
You might as well just, maybe we'll play the Price is Right theme song at the top of the hour. We'll just have you go pour yourself a glass of Molson Ice. Not a sponsor.
Okay, first of all, I have True Blonde in my fridge right now.
Whoa, True Blood? Like from the HBO?
Blonde.
Oh.
Blonde. Ska beer.
Sounds hot.
From Ska Brewing.
Ooh, ska. SKA? Jamaican ska? Ska. Call back to a previous episode in which we went back to the beach last July.
Song's gonna be in my head all night long now.
Oh, our 16 fans already hate us right now, by the way. I just want to throw this out there. Well, beach season is over officially. It's, technically fall, even though it's like 92 degrees where I am right now. I don't know about you.
I mean, it was pretty hot today.
Ooh, yeah, feeling hot, just like Buster Poindexter.
Oh my goodness.
Technically, it's Halloween season. The leaves should be changing any minute now. Maybe by the time you hear this, maybe the leaves will change. They'll turn and fall and it'll crumble to the ground. Do you get foliage there? Do you get foliage out in
yes.
the springs of Colorado?
We do, if you're in the right place with the right trees.
Ooh.
I might have to drive up a little bit into the mountains to get some real foliage, but yeah.
You're gonna have to go down to that little highway that you always talk about that you said you've never been down?
Yeah, so probably.
You have no idea what I'm talking about. Neither do I, to be honest.
You just basically drive to work and I drive home, and then I drive to, like, Target. And that's about, or the Dollar Tree. That's where I drive.
You forgot about our fave, Dutch Brothers.
Gotta have my Dutch Brothers.
Sponsor of the show. Go today. You can get yourself a pumpkin muffin right now.
I don't know what kind of muffins they have.
Mention this podcast and you'll get a free muffin. And if you have celiac disease, they also have gluten-free for all our celiac listeners out there. Yes, shout out to Dutch Brothers for, I don't know, not doing this in reality. Okay.
I don't even, like, you're just on one of your rants. I should have gone to the fridge to get a beer.
I'll read the Dutch Brothers rant. You can run to the fridge real quick and grab a beer. How about that?
Okay, I want to hear this Dutch Brothers rant.
Dutch Brothers Coffee. It's your home away from home. It's where you can sit down on a Sunday afternoon, read a book, chat with your best gal pals, maybe talk to a stranger. Who knows? Who knows what kind of camaraderie you will find at Dutch Brothers Coffee. Located conveniently in Colorado Springs area and a few other places. And I don't know where the locations are.
It's like a drive-through coffee place, Patrick.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
All right, ignore all that and just replace, you could just chill in the parking lot. How about that? You could sit in the parking lot. Maybe, I don't know, get kidnapped. Who knows?
Yeah, teenagers definitely hang out in the parking lot and the one near me.
Yeah, maybe you'll get a flat tire and you'll have to walk through the woods to the nearest castle. Yeah, speaking of walking through the woods to the nearest castle, kind of ties into what we're doing today. Am I right? Am I right, girl?
Oh my god.
Because it's Halloween season. It's Here Comes the Booze 2019 episode 2.
Yes.
I'm going to allow you the honor.
We are doing
the British honor, HONOUR.
Okay. So, for me, this movie screams Halloween for me. This is, my Halloween tradition since, fucking middle school. This movie.
Can't believe we haven't done it yet.
We are doing Rocky Horror Picture Show.
All right. So, true story. So, Kat, I guess, rented this last night off Amazon, I believe. Am I right? Am I right, girl?
Yes.
All right. So, you went
I
out
went off the Amazon, rented it.
for $3.99.
Had to reset my Amazon PIN because I didn't know I had an Amazon PIN.
Whoa, I don't think I have one either.
Insert a PIN to, like, rent this? Okay.
Kat sends me a hot Twitter DM at like maybe 11:30 last night. And she says, I cannot believe that my boyfriend has not seen Rocky Horror Picture Show, and he's older than us. Am I right? He's older than us?
He's younger than us.
Oh, he's younger than us. Okay. By how much?
Yeah. He's
So
younger than Steven.
We're 29 and he's 28.
Yeah, that totally works.
All right.
Totally plays out.
All right. So he's never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. Kat sends me a hot Twitter DM last night telling me that, and I sat there for a minute and I was like, wait a second. I had like one of those share moments in Clueless where I'm like, wait a second.
You love Josh?
I've only seen like maybe 20 minutes. Yeah, exactly. I've only seen like 20 minutes of this movie probably. It was on Fox a couple years ago. Not even a couple, like in the 90s. When I say a couple years ago, I mean like 1996 or something. It was probably 1995. It was probably the 20th anniversary of the film. And I've always heard about it. And I thought it was like a straight up movie about vampires or something just because of like the lips on the box art. And then, I don't know. I straight up thought this was a horror movie. I'm like 8 minutes in. And all of a sudden, Brian Bostwick starts singing. Susan Sarandon starts singing. I'm like, what the-
Barry Bostwick. It's Barry Bostwick.
Oh, Barry. I'm sorry. Barry Bostwick.
Sex symbol Barry Bostwick.
Barry and Susie start singing. I'm like, all right, that's a little weird, but whatever. What else? Now they're driving through the woods of wherever the fuck they are. They get a flat. Now they're walking through like a creepy, stormy area. They find a castle. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is pretty cool. Like, I stand. That wasn't a word yet. Devin Sawa hasn't yet been in the Eminem music video and been named Stan. But I stand, 1995, whatever word we used back then. And I don't know, they bust into another song. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like The Lion King or something? Like, what the fuck am I watching? And I'm like, what else? Maybe get a few more minutes in. And there's some kind of like Transylvania reunion. And I'm like, okay, I dig. I don't know, Tim Curry comes down in an elevator shaft, like one of those like old-timey cagey ones, and now he's singing about being a transsexual from Transylvania or something. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hold on, 1995 me. I think this is a musical. I'm pretty sure I just got tricked into watching a musical, and I shut it off. I shut this bitch off, and
Yeah.
I haven't thought about it since then, until last night when you sent that hot DM, and I was like, I have a confession.
Yeah, you were like, I've never actually watched it.
Yeah, I was like, technically I
It's not the whole thing.
I mean, I've seen it, but technically I haven't seen it. So, yeah, so that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
That's where we are at this very specific moment in time. So, technically, I watched this for my first time about 2 hours ago, and I don't know what to say.
Okay, so if you watched this on TV in 1995, you were probably watching it at the same time I was.
Okay, yeah.
On VH1. On Halloween night.
Maybe. I feel like, yeah, maybe it was VH1 or maybe it was Fox. Maybe they had like a Fox special presentation of it because it is a 20th Century Fox film, after all.
It was definitely VH1. VH1 used to air it every Halloween, starting in like 1995.
All right, I'm going to throw this out there. I never watched VH1. VH1 was for like 30-year-olds in 1995. It's where like my parents went to watch Sting music videos.
I would watch VH1 once in a while because like they would play the Ace of Base like music videos. They played more Melissa Etheridge, more Sheryl Crow than MTV did.
Oh yeah, it's like all right. So MTV had the obvious Sheryl Crow and Melissa Etheridge hits.
Remember, MTV would play so much Madonna. I wasn't allowed to listen to Madonna.
Oh yeah, maybe maybe like the I was gonna say Justify My Love, but this is probably Take a Bow era. And you had to.
Yes, it's totally Take a Bow, but oh my god, I love that video. I fucking love that video.
Yeah, is that the one where she's in Spain at the Run of the Bulls and she's like running down that little alleyway?
Yes, and she's got the hot like dark nail polish because that's when dark nail polish like became this hot trend.
Wasn't the video in sepia tones too? I feel like it was a sepia toned video.
Yeah, it was like it was like the first time we ever saw sepia tones or whatever.
Yeah, Madonna invented sepia tones. She invented a lot of things, included sepia tones. So good for her. Good for you, girl. Madam X, still at it today.
Yes, she is.
Ariana Grande, who?
Lady Gaga, who?
Oh wait, I forgot. We're 28 years old. We don't know who any of these people are. What are you talking about, Cat? Said the other.
We're only in our 20s.
I saw an I Love the 90s about this.
I was like, just totally. I love the 90s.
I was like, oh wow, they had sepia tones back then. Good. Wow, in those olden days.
Amazing. They had nail polish back then.
Yeah, the year I was born.
Wow.
The year of my birth. All right.
Oh my goodness.
So you would watch this every Halloween on VH1.
Starting in 1995, I would watch this movie like every year on Halloween. Like that was like what I did. Because this is like when I stopped going trick or treating. Like my brother would still go trick or treating for like a year or so, and I would stay at home and I would watch Rocky Horror Picture Show and hand out candy to like the one kid that showed up at the door.
Oh yeah.
Because we lived on a side of the street that didn't have a sidewalk, so we didn't get a lot of trick or treaters, and we had a whole shit ton of stairs up our house.
Oh yeah, like from what I recall from my trick or treating days, I totally did not want to walk up a bunch of steps and not walk on a sidewalk because I was always wearing dark costumes. I always had like a black cape on or something.
Yeah, like the sidewalk ended, like there was no sidewalk on my side of the street.
Oh, so you're like that Shel Silverstein book of poems where the sidewalk ends.
Fuck, where the sidewalk ends.
The Cat Halstead story, the teenage years.
If there was a sidewalk, it ended like 3 houses before ours or something really ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
We were like, we had a bunch of stairs up from our house to our house, so like nobody like climbed all those stairs just to get some candy when there's no sidewalk on that side. So
yeah, and all the hot moms who were like walking around with their kids dressed as like a cat, like they had cat high heels on. They didn't want to fucking walk in the grass in high heels because
dude, this is back when the parents did not dress up for Halloween unless they had like a little kid.
Oh yeah, is that a modern day thing?
You know,
a modern day twist.
It's totally more of a modern day thing because some grown-ups cannot fucking let Halloween go and let it be for kids.
It's something like Claire Dunphy on Modern Family would do because she's a modern gal.
Yes.
She draws the whiskers on with like that black crayon makeup, and then gets the cheetah costume from down at I don't know, Spencer Gifts.
Yeah.
And maybe gets the little like cat ears, the little cute cat ears that I don't know, at least one girl on a Big Brother season wears.
Oh yeah. Totally, exactly.
So that's Claire Dunphy. Claire Dunphy for president. PTA.
I'd vote for.
You know what? All right. I have a hot proposal for you.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think of the Dunphys? Let's say, all right. So the Dunphys kids are like older now, right?
Yeah.
Ancient now.
I mean, like Haley has twins, so.
All right. Yeah. So the youngest kid must be like maybe still in high school, but I don't know.
No, he's in college.
Okay. All right. So
Luke's in college.
The Dunphys, their empty nest syndrome. Maybe all their kids have moved on, so maybe they're gonna move. They should go move to like the Bad Moms neighborhood, like from the movie Bad Moms, and just I don't know. I could just see her going like toe to toe with Mila Kunis and Kristen Bell and the other lady and Christina Applegate.
That'll be wild.
Hold on, even Susan Sarandon, who's in Bad Moms too, which ties us back to this movie. Whoa, whoa.
Hi, back.
We always take it full circle here, am I right?
We at least try.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's 1995. You just finished handing out candy. You watched, I don't know, Susan Sarandon and Barry Bostwick get stripped down to their underwear at the, I don't know, the castle that's in the middle of the woods.
So, to be totally fair, like, I had no clue what this movie was fucking about when I was, like, 14 when I first watched it. But I was, like, obsessed with the idea of seeing.
I still don't.
Like, I was fucking obsessed because, okay, when I was in 6th grade, I had to go to detention a lot for being late to homeroom. And so I had to, like, fill out this stupid fucking packet.
Yeah.
Every day. It was always about this kid who stayed up late watching Rocky Horror Picture Show on TV. He didn't make it to school on time. So I was like, I want to see this Rocky. Like, I thought it was like, I didn't know what it was. Like, I had no idea that it was like a movie. I thought maybe it was like some kind of like a late night movie thing with like a monster movie thing.
Oh, like a host, like something hosted by Rocky Horror, and he's like hosting all these shows. late at night.
Yes.
Like
yeah, like an Elvira kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, I could see it. I see it. Yeah, like ooh, I dig it. You know,
Yeah, it's like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Tonight, we're watching The Blob that ate Cincinnati.
all right, low key,
And Pete Rose.
I would dig a Rocky Horror Picture Show late night monster movie on like Saturday nights, hosted by Tim Curry as Dr. Frankfurter, or Frank Enfurter, what the fuck his name is.
Oh my god, like, wouldn't that, like, if that's what it would have been fucking awesome. And that's totally, like, what my little young teenage mind thought it was.
But it changed.
Like, if this kid's watching it all the time, it must be on, like, every night. And now I'm, like, sitting here as a grown-ass woman wondering, this kid just, like, sneak out of the house all the time and go to the late midnight movies? Watch Rocky Horror?
Oh, wait. He would go to the theater?
I don't know. That's what I want to know. Like, was it airing on, like, some...
Oh, you think he's pulling some kind of Dennis the Menace shit?
Or was he pulling some Dennis the Menace shit? I want to know. Did anybody else who went to Summit Middle School have to do that package? I have so many questions.
What's the name of your middle school?
Summit Middle School.
All right, we'll find out if they have a Twitter. We'll send them a hot tweet. We'll ask them to retweet to all their alumni, and I don't know. Find out what this young boy did. How he watched it. Did he have the laser disc? Did he watch on a VHS? Did he tape it off VH1? Did he sneak out of his house Dennis the Menace style and ride down the street on his like BMX bike and go to the local theater and watch this? And he dressed up like cast members.
Oh my god.
We need to know.
Oh my god.
Which
oh my god.
kind of is what happened with this movie. So all right. So this movie came out in 1975. It was panned.
Yes.
Critically panned. Nobody liked it. Didn't do well, but it had like a small but loyal following who kept it alive, so to say.
Listen, it's a weird ass movie. It is weird. Like, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest, the script is not very tight, you know?
No. All right. I'm gonna just throw this out there. I had no idea what was going on in this movie. As soon as like a plot starts to come into fruition, it gets interrupted by a song, and then they just kind of jump to the next topic. And yeah, that's my hot take on it.
In all honesty, I don't think I had half a concept of what was going on in this movie until I saw it like 10 times.
Yeah. So all right. So from what I've been told about this movie, from what I've read, this is something I guess you have to watch like a half dozen times before you can really start to appreciate it for what it is. Only because like by that point you finally have the plot pinpointed down, and then you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
There's definitely things that like last night when the boyfriend and I were watching, like there was a shit ton of stuff that I got, and he just would be like, huh? Plus, I do a little bit of the audience interaction when I watch.
Oh, you yell at the screen while you do it?
Yeah, I know some of it, and I actually...
Give us some hot examples.
Okay, so, like, when Brad introduces himself, like, anytime he introduces himself, you yell asshole. Anytime, like, Janet gets introduced, you yell slut. You know.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that. Okay.
Yeah, there's, like, all these little, things. Hold on. Give me just a sec. Is this it? I don't have, like, there's actually, like, you can find lists. You can find scripts online of the movie that'll have the audience interactions, like, included. That you know, like, if you've never gone before, you can follow along.
The whole concept of that is wild to me because this is obviously something that is on the internet today. Like, someone thought of this one point in time, and for some reason it caught on, and now it's published on the internet, and now it's widely known throughout the world.
The whole audience participation thing is wild, because, like, you get people throwing rice in the theater, they're putting newspapers over their heads, they've got water pistols, they've got candles or flashlights, they've got rubber gloves. They've got confetti and noisemakers, and of course toilet paper when Dr. Scott enters the lab.
Whoa.
Toast, party hats and stuff.
People dress up as characters.
There's bells and cards, and yeah, it's like, hey, can we be real? This is like the first cosplay.
You think? You think this is the first time anyone's ever gone into the theater dressed as a character? Like, you don't think anyone ever went to the Mummy dressed up as a mummy?
Not probably not. Like, think about it. This is probably like the first like real cosplay.
Really?
I could be completely wrong, and I am totally down to be tweeted that no, really, the first movie to be cosplayed was in 1972 or whatever, you know?
You don't think there's any Exorcist cosplays
Right.
where people show up to the movie just as the father, the priest, the high priest?
Oh my god.
Because I can see that happening. I can see that for sure. Okay.
This was like that cult underground culture. Like, this movie really inspired the punk style with the ripped fishnets, the colored hair, you know, the leather.
So you think this is the reason why? You think this is why the Ramones got together was because of Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I'm not sure they got together because of this, but they were possibly inspired by the style of that. I mean, and where it came from in London is like where all that stuff really started too. So
That is true. And yeah, because
it's of its time and place.
you definitely have some of the horror themed punk bands like the Misfits who use the kind of the B horror movie styles as basically their aesthetic. So yeah, I guess I could see it. Maybe Glenn Danzig was super into this movie. Who knows? Who knows? So, Glenn Danzig, if you listen to this, tweet us at Very Podcast and tell us. Please tell us. And I don't know, send us a hot pic of you like carrying groceries too.
Just so Patrick knows it's really you.
Well, that was like a meme like a couple years ago. It was like Glenn Danzig like shopping at Whole Foods or something. Or like Glenn Danzig shopping at Trader Joe's. People are always catching Glenn Danzig shopping places, and it just became this meme.
That's so wild.
Yeah, love a good meme. All right. So, because this movie utterly confuses me, you're apparently some kind of expert. You watch it every year. You've been watching it every year for 28 years.
What is wild?
Tell me the plot. You got to explain the plot to me because I just don't see. I mean, I get the beginning of the movie where they get engaged. Barry Bostwick and Susan Sarandon get engaged. The car breaks down.
Okay, so we have this criminologist who is talking about the Denton incident, and it is this case where we have a young couple, Brad and Janet, who gone to their friend's wedding. They got engaged. And then on their way home, they got a flat tire, and they end up in this creepy as fuck castle, and weird as fuck shit happened. And like, when I say weird as fuck shit happened, I mean weird as fuck shit.
Yeah, I like that this castle apparently is in like the Midwest or wherever this movie takes place, just like a random castle.
It's in fucking Texas.
Yeah, like
This takes place in Texas.
Is Texas known for its castles?
But my favorite part is how Brad is just like, oh, hey, there was a castle back there. It's like, bitch, there was a castle back there? You don't think that's weird?
Like, technically, this castle could be like a mile and a half away from like the Ewing estate, like for all we know. Like we don't.
It could be, for all we know. We don't know Texas. It's this large state that I've never gotten to go to.
Yeah, Larry Hagman. Maybe Larry Hagman was.
Larry, I miss Larry.
R.I.P. Ouija board us. Send us a hot Ouija. Yeah, I think next episode we should do the Ouija board. What do you think?
Oh, are we going to finally do the Ouija board?
Maybe we can ask Larry Hagman what's his thoughts on doing a Dallas Rocky Horror combo.
We will try and figure out how to do that, considering we are in two totally different states.
There must be some kind of like Ouija board app. I'm guessing there is, and you just like we both just put our hands on the indicator.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. You're gonna make me like Google this right now, aren't you?
The Ouija board thing?
Ouija board online.
There's a Ouija board simulator.
I don't know how to do it for both of us to do it.
We'll figure it out. We have a week to figure it out.
How would we both do it? I feel like this has to be a special video.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, maybe we'll do a video episode. It'll be a tie-in with the Spirit board, now available on Amazon. It's Cat Halstead's novella. It's a
Novella.
short story. I read it for the first time. It's spooky. It stars a Jared Leto-like demon who wears a cool jacket and, I don't know, haunts teens. So if you're into that kind of thing, go to Amazon right now. You can buy it for like $1.99 or something. It's really cheap.
I'm pretty sure it's just 99 cents.
Oh, it's 99 cents? That's a bargain. Oh, that's a bargain.
Yeah.
So join us next week, or in some episode, or in some form. We'll do a Spirit Board tie-in. We'll test out the Spirit Board app, and we'll have a grand old time.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have a special spooky Saturday night episode. How about that?
Let's do it.
If you're down for it, send us a jack-o'-lantern emoji on Twitter at Very Podcast, and
we'll figure it out.
if you get 3 of them, if you get 3 jack-o'-lantern emojis, we'll do it. How about that? Katie Pat Nation, get cracking.
Okay, can we say if we get them from 3 different people, or do you just want 3?
3 different people, and yeah, that's all it takes. And I know we're gonna get Heather, we're gonna get Jill, and then we'll get Steven. So we'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's gonna be from 3 separate people, 3 individuals.
Yeah, it's gotta be 3 separate people.
3 individual souls.
It can't just be like
How about that?
3
Yes.
from one person. Okay. I love how low our standards are.
Yeah, like you can, one person can send us 900, however many characters you can put into a tweet. That won't count. It'll only count as 1. So save your energy and just do 1 to us.
Okay.
And when you're done doing that, go to our website, averyspecialpodcast.com, and then do our listener survey so we can hear what you want to hear more of.
We want to know what you guys want from us. We're trying to figure it out as we try to figure out the rest of our lives.
Yes, and also subscribe to us on YouTube. I don't know why, but just do it, because who knows? Who knows what you will see there? Maybe I'll show you my record collection again.
Yeah.
Or hold on, maybe I can show you my DVDs.
Or maybe there will be more recipes.
Yeah, our Kid Cuisine episode. Who knows? Who knows what you'll see?
Oh damn it! I didn't buy one this weekend.
I forgot to too, and I was at the grocery store. I thought of it on the way to the grocery store, and then when I got there, I was looking for something else, and I forgot all about Kid Cuisines. And you know what? I feel a little weird buying Kid Cuisines. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'd have to hide it underneath other stuff, just so I wouldn't put it on top of the conveyor belt.
Like a copy of Good Housekeeping.
Yeah, I'll throw down a package of cigars, some condoms, and a issue of Good Housekeeping, and then a Kid Cuisine.
Are you ready to talk about this movie?
Yeah, I suppose we should just blast through it and get on with our lives. I mean, I think we're hitting the bullet points. I think we're hitting all the points, because 90% of this movie is song and dance, and it's really hard to just talk about song and dance.
So, at the wedding, it's Brad and Janet's childhood high school friends getting married. They all met in Dr. Scott's science class back in sophomore year of high school or something. I proposes to Janet, and they sing and dance around this church while the church is setting up for a fucking funeral. So, that right there, that should set the whole tone for this movie. And they get engaged, and then they are driving, and it's
if you can get through that scene, you're good, I think. I think you're good.
They're driving, and they keep passing these motorcyclists. They're what the hell? They're that's the 3rd one tonight, and it's pouring rain. Pouring rain. And they're what the heck? And then they come up to a dead end, and Brad's why the heck didn't that motorcyclist who just passed by us not give us a heads up that it's a dead end, that we took the wrong way? Whatever. So he starts to back up, and oops, it's a flat tire. And he's Janet, you stay here. I'll walk the 10 miles to the nearest gas station and make a phone call. She's oh no, Brad, don't leave me here alone. He's okay, we can walk to that castle we passed a couple miles back. I'm sure they have a phone. Because the sentence makes sense to this man. Castle in the middle of fucking Texas. Not creepy mansion. He literally said castle. And I'm right there, Brad. You fucking asshole. Wake up, man. Something's not right here. So, take the newspaper, because that's all they got. Because they don't have an umbrella, and they're walking through the rain, and they get soaked. They come upon the creepy castle, and Riff Raff answers the door, and he's all yeah, no, go away. He doesn't want them in, and they kind of convince him to let them in anyway, and he's oh, well, come in, and Magenta's there, and, it's wait, why were there 2 of you?
I was not there.
What just
I was
happened?
not there for 2 minutes. My connection dropped, and I was trying to get back online. And then I came back on, and I heard you talking about Magenta. So,
Okay, so they get to the castle.
I'm so sorry to our fandom out there that this is a sloppy episode. My internet connection sucks tonight.
I just want to point out it's not always Kat's internet connection. That's the crappy one. Anyways,
Well, Kat has a hot new apartment, and so she's got hot new internet now, and now I'm stuck with this like crappy internet. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the router just randomly restarts.
sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't.
So deal with it. Deal with it. .gif. That's all I gotta say. All right, Magenta.
They get there, and Riff Raff and Magenta let them in, and Brad and Jen are like, oh, we just want to use your phone. That's all we want to do. And Magenta and Riff Raff don't let them near a phone. They keep, like, pulling them deeper and further into this house. And it's a creepy looking house.
Can I just talk about this? All right, this house is some like Jigsaw from Saw level shit. There's like hidden chambers. There's all kinds of weird, dangerous things going on.
See, I was just thinking, like, the interior of the house in the burbs.
Or that too. But yeah, like I just feel like
Yeah, like there's no good, like, it's like dark and creepy, and then all of a sudden you open to a big giant party where people are singing and dancing.
yeah, it's some kind of weird, like Transylvania annual exposition or of some sort. People get together, they sing about Dracula and shit.
Convention.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. You know what? At this point, when I was watching the movie, I was like, yeah, I dig this movie. It's fun, it's exciting. We get to see our gal pal, Susan Sarandon. Totally a gal pal, by the way. Totally a gal pal. I don't care what Twitter says. We're enjoying it. And yeah, things are going good. Then we get the intro of Tim Curry as the Dr. Frankenfurter, and he's singing this like hot song, and he's in, I don't know, like a skimpy little outfit. You can see his pubes.
First, we've got the Time Warp.
Yes.
Which is
the go-to song.
I literally got up and did the fucking dance.
You did?
Yes, I got up and did the Time Warp. It's just a jump to the left, step to the right.
Oh.
You bring your knees in tight, the pelvic thrust, hip swivel, and let's do the Time Warp again.
Yeah, there you go. You just described it to a T. Hot story. They actually played that at my junior prom. They played the Time Warp, and I don't know, it was fun times. Fun times in,
Oh, really?
like a few years ago when we were high school juniors. Yeah.
I mean, we never got, like, the Time Warp played. We always just got a song from Grease.
Oh, yeah. We had that too. We had, tell me more, we'll put up a fight.
Yeah, tell me more. Tell me more, like, she put up a fight. Like, oh my god. So, they like, walk in, and there are all these people in, like, there's men and women in, like, tuxedos. They've all kind of got, like, each has a bright color accent, I guess is the best way to put it. And they're all doing the Time Warp, singing and dancing, and Brad and Janet are like, what the fuck have we walked on? They are, like, so blown away.
It's great.
They do not know. Like, this is more wild than any fraternity party Brad has ever walked in on. Definitely not the kind of thing Janet's sorority sisters are off doing, so yeah.
This reminds me of something that actually happened to me. I had a Brad and Janet-like experience one time when I was younger. You ready? You ready for the story?
Tell me more.
It was the early 2000s. J-Lo was the hot star. She was a hot sensation. She was doing ditties with Ja Rule. They were topping the charts. 50 Cent was just a rising star. Brittany Murphy and Marshall Mathers were tearing up the screen in 8 Mile. But in a small, actually not even small, in the big city of Boston, Massachusetts, in the Roxbury district, a young Patrick M. Dunn. He was probably 20 years old, maybe 21. Mm-hmm. And his friends and his pals, Patrick and pals, coming this fall to the WB. They got invited to a hot party at their friend's house. And so little did they know, so that their friend used to have his apartment on the 3rd floor, but he relocated to the bottom floor because it was the bigger apartment. Mm-hmm. And it had like a basement level too, so it fit more people. Okay. Lest we did not know that. Lest we forgot. Well, we probably didn't know, but we forgot. So, we pulled up. Mm-hmm. We're like, we're going to go upstairs. We knocked on the door. The door opened. And we walked into, Yes, we walked into what I would call a Rocky Horror Picture Show scenario, where it was just all these people doing, dressed funny, doing weird things. People like just dressed as if they were at a showing of this movie. And I just remember this right now, so I don't know. It was very strange to walk into. And all right. So my friends went downstairs to the real party, and I was like, I think I'm going to stay here for a few minutes and see how this pans out.
Oh God.
It didn't pan out too well, but it was fun. It was fun for a few minutes.
Oh my goodness, I can't even fathom. I just cannot fathom.
It was great. And then,
Patrick, I have to ask, you think you walked into a swingers party?
It's possible. I did see some nudity, so it's possible.
Just trying to think of like a reason there would be a bunch of people.
Very likely. I mean, maybe it was like Swingtown on ABC, but the 2003 version. And this wasn't like adults. These were like college kids, like 18 to 21-year-olds pulling this stuff. So it wasn't like grown-ass men. It was just like people my age at the time. And I don't know. I was like, this is cool. This is wild. Funstuff.gif. But hold on. But I have been to some wild parties in my day. We'll save those for another episode, though.
Okay.
We don't have time tonight. We don't have time to get into it. I'm already not allowed to talk about penises on this podcast anymore, so let's wait a few episodes before I bring one up again.
Do the time warp. Somehow, Brad and Janet get stripped of their clothes. Like, Brad's just in his tighty whities, and Janet's just in her bra and her slip skirt, and panties too. She's got panties on under. And Dr. Frankenfurter makes his grand appearance. And it's Tim Curry in like this leather bustier.
Can we hold on 1 second? Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Brad's underwear for a minute? They're like high-waisted, like very high-waisted for something. And I've like never seen underwear like that before.
I think it was like very 70s.
It was just wild to me. Like they went like almost like I think they went like up to his belly button. I was like, that's really
probably. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's wild. Like people wear underwear like that?
Like
I stand. You just need to Google like 1975 jockey ads right now.
I'm gonna have some nightmares tonight, and I cannot stop looking at these.
They're very colorful too, aren't they? Like I feel like the 70s had like colorful underwear.
This one is patterned. Very like it looks like something Don Draper would have as wallpaper.
Or like a shirt that Greg Brady would wear.
Or like something on the set of The Price is Right.
Oh, like yeah, the older episodes, like the Bob Barker years.
Why?
I don't know. I was kind of disappointed that Barry Bostwick didn't have like that kind of underwear. He just had like plain old tighty whities, and I was like, "This is boring." I'm like, "You're just a boring Texan."
Brad's just like this conservative dude.
I was kind of into to Damn It Janet's attire though. Like I don't know, like I feel like she was a little spicy.
There's a little bit of spice to Janet,
but like a modest spice.
Still modest. It's still like sweet and innocent.
It's something you would buy at like the intimate section at Kmart. Nothing too racy, but like I don't know, like your longtime husband will dig it.
Totally, exactly.
Like they didn't sell G-strings at Kmart in the in the 70s, but you kind of got like something a little short.
No, I don't think they started selling those until like the 2000s.
There was no
Kmart barely exists today, so.
Kathy Ireland didn't have a G-string collection in 1975, but I don't know. Whoever the 1975 version of Kathy Ireland was. Betty Davis underwear line.
You know what? You guys, if you're looking for a new nightgown, Kathy Ireland sleepwear on Amazon. It's so fucking comfortable, guys.
Today's episode is brought to you by Kathy Ireland Sleepwear.
Only in Patrick's imagination.
So, enter Tim Curry.
It's like the most ridiculous getup ever. Like he's got this big pearl type necklace on. It's like the kind of fucking thing Lisa Simpson wears.
Oh yeah, like that, like the red pearls.
Yeah, it's 100% the same kind of necklace Lisa Simpson wears.
The thing that Marge has a million of in her little like accessory drawer.
Yeah, she's got like a big ball of them.
Yes, and when one breaks, she just pulls out the ball and just tears one off it. It's great.
So yeah, we meet him and he sings about how he's a sweet transsexual from Transylvania. It's another song, another dance, and then he's all like, "You guys, it's the perfect night." this is the night that his great creation is going to come to life because he's a mad scientist.
Yeah, he's like making like a hot Frankenstein. I don't know, like a Flash Gordon-esque type
Yes.
Frankenstein guy. He's not like no, he's a guy with muscles. He's got like an 8-pack. He's wearing like a Speedo, like a golden Speedo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. It's fucking wild. It's great. And he's got like a like the blonde, like an actual like bowl cut.
Yes, like he creates like this supposed Adonis of a man.
Hold on. Hot take. He created Aaron and Nick Carter's father. How about that?
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, if you just look at Rocky's body, yeah, he's hot. His face never did it for me.
Yeah, he's totally a butterface. Totally a butterface.
In these 20 like something years that I've been watching this movie, he's no dream man, that's for sure.
Oh no, he's definitely no. Yeah, Hallmark Network isn't calling fucking Rocky Horror today. No. Although hold on.
So,
If they did a brave new Rocky Horror Picture Show remake today, could you see Dream Man playing the role of Rocky Horror? Would you like that? Would you stand that? Or is he too old? Too old.
I mean, he's supposed to be really hot. I'm looking up who played him in the Fox version they did a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, like the Fox Live.
Oh. Again, another guy who's just not that good looking in the face.
All right. Do you know who I could totally see playing Rocky Horror? Your fave, Darren Criss.
I could totally 100% see Darren Criss as Dr. Frankenfurter.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Like, totally.
Maybe he could do dual roles. Maybe like he just playing two roles in the in this version of it. Or I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't know. You kind of opened my eyes to that, so now I'm trying to.
I literally, like, when I was watching it last night, I was like, ooh, I could totally see Darren Criss doing this.
All right, so we'll cast Darren Criss as Dr. Frankfurter. Who are we going to cast as Rocky Horror? Who's going to play the Golden Child?
Someone has got to be on the young...
One of the Sprouse brothers? I don't know. Maybe,
Ooh, no, they're too scrawny.
maybe
KJ Appa. AJ Appa with bleached blonde hair.
I was just going to say that. Archie himself. Yep.
Archie with bleached blonde hair.
Yep. You know what, Archie, when Riverdale season ends, just grow out your hair a little bit, bleach it, get a hot bleach, let it grow out, and then maybe film it in like August. Mm-hmm. Maybe you could start Riverdale a little later. Maybe start a little bit later, like for the next season. Just start it in like January, so you have time to grow your hair a little bit and blonde it up. We don't want you wearing a wig. No, we want you to have the real deal. Yeah, and you can play Rocky Horror. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, call us and tell us what it's like acting with Darren Criss, and who's gonna play Janet. Who do you think would be like a hot Janet today? I could see your gal pal Leighton Meester play Leighton Meester. How do you say her name?
Leighton Meester.
Yeah, I could see her doing it.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, she kind of has Janet vibes.
But who do you see as Brad?
He's kind of like a nerdy hot, right?
Yeah, he's got that nerdy hot thing going.
I think Tom Holland could pull it off. I think.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe go younger. Maybe go younger with Brad. Maybe make him like just out of college. Yeah, let's go like way younger.
Well, yeah, like Brad's supposed to be just out of college. Then you need a younger Janet, though.
I guess you're. Well, you know what? I like the idea. I like the hot idea of Brad dating an older woman in this version. So
okay, so then who's gonna be Eddie?
Which one's Eddie again?
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. All right, who's gonna play Meatloaf? Jack Black. Jack Black as Meatloaf.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
If Jack Black isn't available, then Chris Farley's brother, Kevin Farley.
Aww.
We're trying to make him happen. That's like our 2020 vision board.
You plus me equals calculus.
All right, 2020 vision board. Make Kevin Farley a thing again.
Oh my goodness.
He's got the singing experience. You know what? I think that Jack Black would steal the show. He would try to steal the show, and we don't want that to happen.
Well, you know what? It's a good thing Eddie isn't on screen for very long now, is he?
That is true.
Because right after Rocky is revealed, his creation by the crazy Dr. Frankenfurter, oh, there's a pounding at this ice block wall, and the door slams down, and Eddie comes rushing out. Columbia's like,
Oh yeah.
It is this wild, hot 2 minutes before Frankenfurt is like pissed off, picks up a pickaxe, and then goes and murders Eddie in this ice room.
I got a very did you get like a Fat Elvis vibe from Eddie?
He did.
Do you think that's what they were going for? Like, do you think that's the style they were going for, or they just got Meatloaf to do it?
I think they just got Meatloaf.
Okay, like they were like, oh, you know what? Let's give Meatloaf a Fat Elvis aesthetic.
The Fox version they did a few years ago, it was Adam Lambert who played Eddie.
Oh,
So
that's lame. Whatever, whatever works for you, Fox, I guess.
yeah, it was not a very good version. There were things that just didn't
Like,
work.
whatever pays the bills, whatever keeps the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever keeps the lights on at Rupert Murdoch's mansion.
So
Let's finish this movie off. We're running out of time.
Dr. Frankfurter murders Eddie, and he's like, "Oh, it was a mercy killing." And then he like takes Rocky off to like this wedding honeymoon suite he has like created for the night, because he's gonna like go play and have fun with his creation. And then Brad and Janet get like,
This boy toy.
yeah, he's gonna go play with his boy toy. They get sent to like different rooms for the night because they're pure and innocent. And I call BS on that. Whatever. Janet's in her room, and Riffraff and Magenta can watch that. Like, there are closed circuit TVs throughout the house where they can like just flip a switch and watch like whatever's going on in another room.
Yeah, it's great.
And so they can see like Dr. Frankfurter seducing Janet, pretending to be Brad at first, and then like having his way with her. And then when he's done there, he goes and he seduces Brad.
Yeah.
And Janet sees the screen. It's like she hears a noise outside and freaks out.
She sees like the post-coital like cigarette smoking, right? Isn't that what she sees like on the TV?
Yeah.
Brad's laying in bed with his shirt off, and Dr. Frankfurter's like sitting up with like smoking a cigarette.
Like, it's ridiculous.
And it's like that TV was very like I don't know, like it was very like Nickelodeon-esque to me for some reason. That's like something I would see on like a Nickelodeon game show in like 1989.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's great.
It had that like facade over it to like make it look like it's some like spacey weird retro type thing.
Some like out of this world television set, closed caption, and like even the effects on the TV too are even weird too. Like just like the way the screen looks.
It's like this green bluey tinge.
Yeah.
It's not like blue, it's not green, but it's like somewhere in between, and it's just
It's trying to look, I guess, futuristic.
and weird.
It's trying to look futuristic, like something out of its time.
yeah.
And like there's like a lever, like a jackpot type lever, and like you pull it, that's what like changes the cameras.
Yes, it's like what changes.
It's like she's
Turns it on and off. It's wild. But Janet sees like Brad. Janet like gets out of bed and she starts wandering around, and she like sees this stuff on the screen. She freaks out and starts running around. And she like finds comfort in Rocky, who has broken out because Riffraff's been torturing him. Because Riffraff is like, "What the fuck are we doing here? Why are we building this creature for this guy? This is not what our mission is. This is not why we're here." Are you okay? What was that sound?
me choking on water, but it's fine. It's okay.
I was like, did a ghost just try to take you over? Because that's what that sounded like.
Maybe. Who knows?
So, Janet and Rocky end up in his birth tank and end up fooling around. Then they get discovered by Brad and Dr. Frankfurt. Then Dr. Scott shows up looking for his nephew, Eddie. And Brad and Jen are like, "Oh my god, it's Dr. Scott, our high school history or science teacher. What are the chances?" And then Dr. Frankfurt gets all pissed off because he thinks that Brad and Janet got sent there by Dr. Scott, who secretly works for the government studying aliens and is trying to figure out what Dr. Frankfurt is up to. And then it's a bunch of chaos. And then eventually, Columbia, Brad, Janet, Dr. Scott, and Rocky all get frozen by the Medusa machine and turned into stone.
Ooh.
And then get dressed up in attire very much like Dr. Frankenfurt's. They do this like weird cabaret old school movie water number.
That's wild. It's fun. This is where I am now completely lost. I just want to throw it there. We're at this point in the movie. I have no idea what's going on. I sent you a DM and I say, you know what? I'm just going to shut this movie off right now. I'm going to go take a shower, and then you're going to explain the rest of the movie to me. This is that exact moment.
Oh, wait. I forgot something. Before they get frozen, before there's dinner, before the Medusa machine, I forgot about this, is when they gather for dinner and they're getting ready to sit down for dinner, even though they've already all gone to bed. Time for dinner. And it's revealed that what's been prepared for dinner, the remains of Eddie.
Oh my goodness.
That's when everybody freaks out, and then they get turned into the stone statues.
The end? Is this the end? Does it end there?
And Dr. Frankenfurt is having, like, this glorious, dramatic, like, this is everything he's dreamed of ever having moment. He thinks he's found, like, all these little sex slaves, I guess, is what he's after. I honestly don't know. I think he's just a horny bastard who wants to get laid.
I mean, good for him. Good for him.
And then Frav and Magenta, like, show up with, like, the most ridiculous looking weapons in the most ridiculous outfit. That's saying a lot for this movie. And they reveal they and Dr. Frankenfurt are aliens from the planet Transylvania. No, in the galaxy Transvestite. And are about to make the castle, which is really a spaceship, take off and go back home. And Frankenfurt is like, yes, we're going home. Wonderful. And then they're like, yeah, no, bitch, you're staying here. And they give the humans a chance to escape.
And they escape. They leave. They go to safety.
The castle, like, takes off.
And then the castle takes off and goes back to its home planet of transsexual, what the fuck you just said it was. I don't know. Like, at this point, I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Does it matter anymore? Like, thematically, this movie's all over the place. I don't know what's going on. Is there a moral to the story?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess the moral to the story is always make sure that you have your spare tire in the trunk. Because then all you have to do is just change your tire and drive home.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with the weirdness at the Frankfurter Castle, which is apparently a spaceship somewhere in Texas. We don't know where. Maybe near the Ewing estate. Maybe not. Who knows? It could be on the other side of Texas. We don't know.
I mean, it's a weird movie.
And that?
It's a weird play because it was originally a play. I don't think we mentioned that earlier, but it was originally a play.
Yeah, we kind of brushed over that.
Yeah, I kind of brushed over it.
A lot of people enjoy it. It's captured people's minds for nearly 50. We're coming up to 50 years of this now. Like, we're past 40 years, looking up to 50 years.
Hey, hold on. No. Oh my god, yes. Never mind. Math is hard.
Yeah, it's like, wait
Math is really hard, and I'm gonna need math for my new job. That's not a good sign.
Get yourself a calculator, girl.
Oh, well.
Get yourself a Texas Instrument. Speaking of Texas Instruments, get yourself a Ewing.
Oh my gosh.
One that's good at math, preferably.
Oh goodness.
Do you think? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Dude, watch it.
On a scale of 1 out of 5, crazy ass song and dance numbers. How many crazy ass song and dance numbers would you give this movie?
4.
What makes it not perfect? What would make this perfect in your eyes, in your happy little eyes?
I don't really know what would make it perfect. It's just not a 5.
Tighter script?
Yeah, maybe just a slightly tighter script.
You ready? You ready for the P. Dun Shyamalan rating of this movie?
Oh goodness.
I'm gonna give it.
Let's go for it.
I'm gonna give it a 2. A hot 2. Not a bad 2, a hot 2. It's gonna get 1 full point for Susan Sarandon, gal pal. I don't care what you say.
Okay.
And it's gonna get another point for the time warp.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I'll give it a 1/4 of a point for the Meatloaf song too. So it's 2.5, 2 1/4.
I mean,
Final
this movie was starring sex symbol Barry Bostwick, who would go on to star in like every freaking Judith Krantz miniseries possible. Like the sexiest character in those books.
He was on Spin City. He had a hot run on Spin City. He was the mayor, right?
Yes, he was the mayor.
He's been in episode He's been in episodes of Nip Tuck, Ugly Betty, Cougar Town, Glee, The New Normal, Scandal, Psych, New Girl, episodes of The New Girl, and most recently, he was on an episode of Will and Grace, like the new Will and Grace. So he's been...
Yeah, he was actually in the episode of Glee where he do Rocky Horror Picture Show. So was Meatloaf.
Oh, he played Meatloaf? Oh, Meatloaf was in it with him. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Meatloaf is also in it.
Oh, yeah, it was called...
Todd Stamos is in that episode, too.
It was called the Rocky Horror Glee Show.
Yep, because that's what Glee does. Or did, because Glee is no longer a thing, but yeah.
Glee is gone from the airwaves. No longer is blessing us with hot messes. But do you know what is on the airwaves currently? Also by our boy toy, Ryan Murphy. The Politician. Haven't seen it yet, but it's currently on Netflix. It stars Jessica Lange and our gal pal, January Jones. So check it out. Check it out often. We're not getting paid by them, but...
we don't get paid by anybody.
No, not yet. Not yet. Maybe one day.
5 years and we still don't get paid. What the hell?
Maybe one day Dutch Brothers Coffee will finally listen to this and they'll say, hey, you know what? They really pimp us out. They really get us. They really get, sitting in the parking lot, not getting kidnapped and drinking a coffee. They really get that. They really understand that. Maybe.
They understand our plight.
Maybe even they will make a little cafeteria that you can go in and sit in. Who knows? Maybe they'll hear this episode and they'll just be wildly influenced by us. Maybe we're influencers. Who knows?
Maybe.
Any last minute thoughts on RHPS?
Okay, because I watched it for the first time on Halloween, 1995 on VH1, it definitely became like my Halloween tradition to watch it. If I don't watch it on Halloween, I watch it near Halloween.
So like the days leading up, coming on up? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's something that feels Halloween to me, which...
I mean, it takes place at night. It mostly takes place at night in a spooky castle. There are monsters in it. There's aliens and...
wild, crazy costumes?
Things that would never happen in real life. So, yeah. I mean, they play the movie Scream around Halloween, and that doesn't take place during Halloween, so there you go.
That's true. I mean, I'll watch Rocky Horror Picture Show, Hocus Pocus, Garfield, Halloween's Adventure, whatever. And, I watched the Roseanne episodes. So, yeah. It's like my Halloween tradition.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And of course, the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Oh, yeah, that too, which we haven't done yet. We'll do it one day. And,
one of these days.
Does the Grinch's Halloween Night get no love?
Dude, that thing fucking sucked.
I'm just kidding. Listen to that episode, though. We still haven't done our Dr. Seuss episode, though. We're working on it.
We're still recovering from that Grinch night.
I have no last-minute thoughts on Rocky Horror Picture Show, but I do have some last-minute thoughts on Susan Sarandon. She's great. I think I don't get why people hate her just because she supports a dinosaur as a presidential candidate. Like she's been in some of the greatest movies of all time, like Thelma and Louise, The Banger Sisters.
Yes, she was in The Banger Sisters. Her and Goldie Hawn.
Yes, Susan Sarandon was also in Stepmom. She's in Bad Moms 2. She's in
Feud.
A lot of great things.
Feud.
Feud. Oh yeah, she was in Feud.
We have a whole side podcast about that.
I know. Maybe you know what? Maybe we'll have to do a special edition. We'll just have to release those episodes on our AVSP feed, so our new fans can go back and listen to us talk about Susan Sarandon.
Yes.
And if you don't stand her, if you're not into her, then I don't know, go vote for Hillary or something, or whatever you guys do.
Patrick, what year is this?
Who's running for Liz Warren? Go vote for her instead.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
I haven't been following this upcoming presidential election, so I know nothing. I know zilch, zero, nada.
All right. Yeah, I don't even know, man. I don't know.
All right. Are you excited for next week? Are you digging next week's
I don't know
lineup?
what we're doing next week.
All right. This is a new tradition for us.
What are we doing next?
This is a tradition we started last year. Giving you a minute to ejaculate. All right. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We're doing the second Halloween episode. I don't know which one this is because I haven't really looked at the lineup of the description of the episode, but I'm sure it's great. Sure, it's fun.
I gotta go, check it out.
You got a whole week. You got a whole week to prep for it. So, I don't know, go fire up your podcast app. Go back about a year, and you can listen to our last episode in which we talk about Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We talk about Terry Crews. We talk about Andre Braugher. I think we give Chelsea Peretti some love.
Oh, totally.
That other chick. Yeah, we give them all love. Nothing but love for these guys and gals. And
Dude, I gotta find a new podcast app for my phone.
yeah, sorry, R.I.P. Podcoin, Ouija board us. You know what? Maybe next week in the Ouija board episode, we could Ouija board Podcoin.
Maybe.
If you have any suggestions for Kat Halstead, which app she should listen to her podcast on, send her a hot tweet at Very Podcast.
I got an Android.
Yeah, heads up, she's got an Android.
I got a Google Pixel.
She's got the Pixel, but who knows? Who knows what's available to her? Maybe there's Stitcher. Maybe there's Oh, how about this? How about our Spotify listener, that one Spotify fan we have? Send us a tweet or reply to our YouTube, however you reached out to us before, and tell us what the Spotify app is like. And maybe we'll be converts. Who knows?
Spotify app just redid it, and now I can't figure out how to get back to play on my Google Home.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sad.
Yeah, so Spotify person, we don't know if it's a guy or a gal. I called him a guy in that like 2 episodes ago, and I kind of feel bad because it might not be. It might be a lady. So
You never know.
where can you follow us, Kat Halstead, the author? Where can you follow our wild adventures?
You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept imitations. You can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and pretty much any podcast listening.
Except Podcoin.
Podcoin does not even load anymore.
Yeah, you can't even. Your playlist won't come up, but the app is still on my phone. I'm keeping it there for sentimental purposes.
I just uninstalled it.
Well, maybe I'll do that after this episode.
I was like, okay.
All right. As always, girl. As always, watch the skies for floated lips.
That's not where I thought you were going to go with that.
Where did you think I was gonna go?
I thought you were going to say flying castles.
I was going to, but I decided to go with floated lips. Hot lips houlihan.
Okay.
Shout out to MASH. Shout out to the MASH helicopter floating away, and it says like "We'll miss you" or something written in stones on the ground.
Alrighty then. Bye.
See ya.